I think in many cases, a lot of those men have dated women who weren't necessarily, or who have had some trauma in their life.
Yeah.
And gone through some really bad experiences, and they're very consistent in dating that type of woman. So as a result, that type of woman will have a lot of boundaries up. And it will be very difficult to get to know her, to see her vulnerable side. And so as a result, when they come across a woman who is actually a woman who is very feminine, and they're uncomfortable because they don't know what to do with that type of vulnerability.
They don't. And what I find is this. Okay, so we said the topic for tonight is why do masculine men, why alpha men love feminine women? And here's the thing: you have two type of alpha.
Repeat that one more time so they really get.
Okay, the topic for tonight, darling, is why do alpha men love feminine women? And from my experience, it's you get two types of those men. You get the version of the alpha man that is an evolved alpha man. Who can receive that feminine woman, or you get the alpha man who is instinctively, by his makeup, drawn to a feminine woman, but he does not have the maturity, or nor has he evolved to know what to do with her. So he'll love everything about her, but when she gets close to him, he'll run for the hills. I don't care if he's 26 or 56. Age don't matter. But women will say, well, wait a minute, if he ain't ready for nothing, why is he drawn to, it's like, nuh-uh. A feminine woman is every man's type because of how it is instinctual, how she is instinctually. And it goes together, the yin and the yang, the negative and the positive. I said, but what happens is we, especially, and I can speak now from the African-American community as a woman that have thousands of women that I coach and mentor, that I teach them how to be feminine women. And when I tell them, when you get back out here dating, just understand you might not be understood at first. You're going to have to sift through. I said, because alpha men are going to be drawn to that radiant vibrantness of you, that free flowing, that openness, because that's just what an alpha man is attracted to. But it's not guaranteed that joker going to be evolved enough to handle you, because he's used to the loud, busting windows out cars, going through your phone, controlling, combative, competitive, argumentative. He's used to that. He used to, you ain't telling me what to do. He's used to that. But when he comes across a woman that's compliant, meaning if he says, well, you know what? You want to go out tonight? Yeah, let's go out. Oh, it's just that easy? Do you need me to be a bitch? I mean, I can do that. I got a little Oakland in me. I mean, do you need me to do that? And it becomes weird to them. And I remember I was dating someone before, and he said, he texted me, he said, what are you doing? I said, well, what are you, how did I put it? He said, what are you doing? I said, whatever you want us to do. He texts back with, really? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I said, yes. He said, well, I guess we're going to the grocery store. He said, well, I'm going to the grocery store. And I said, well, I guess we're going to the grocery store because it's not where we go as long as I get to spend time with you. That joker ran for the hills because he didn't understand. She ain't trying to get me to take her nowhere, say for no money. She's just I keep using the word compliant because that's what brothers aren't really used to. Well, so it's very interesting if he's not an evolved alpha male.
Yeah, and let me chime in so I can give because I think a lot of times sometimes when women hear the word like compliant or like hear like gender roles, they think that it is this whole submission process.
Yeah.
Of I have to lose me in the process of gaining somebody who is healthy in my life, but it's not that. Because what I sort of look at it is like this. It is simply energy that is in alignment. And what I mean by that is, it's like this. Women have not only estrogen in their body, but most people don't know that women also have testosterone. Okay? Yeah. It's just a smaller amount. Okay? Men are dominant in testosterone, and they still have a small amount of estrogen in their body. Okay? So we both have estrogen and testosterone. We both have masculinity and femininity. Only difference is that my foundation is masculinity. Okay.
Right. That's your default.
That's my default.
Right.
And the reason why my masculinity is so attracted to a woman's femininity, a woman who is truly feminine, is because it balances me in the energetic exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning like if I were to date somebody who was very alpha female and who was very masculine, it will not work. It wouldn't work not because she's a bad person. It wouldn't work because I felt like she would be competing with me. It wouldn't work because energetically it just wouldn't feel good to me.
Right.
So that's what really important for women to understand. Like a lot of women, and I can say this because I have 3 sisters and I'm always giving them advice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are saying that they want like an alpha male, but you can't want an alpha male and be alpha male like.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Say it again. You got to say it for the people way back here.
You cannot want an alpha male and be alpha male like.
Okay, this is something that I have to stress all the time. I hear women say, because I have a dating academy and I teach my ladies how to date from a feminine place. And I often, when they're new and they're coming in, it's like these men are intimidated. I'm like, okay, hold up. Alpha men are never intimidated. What alpha men don't want is themselves. They don't want a dude in a dress. And I said, it's interesting that my gay and lesbian friends, they even understand the dynamic of the male and female, the masculine and the feminine. Exactly. And so it doesn't even matter what relationship style that you have, they understand it. Because the thing is, when a truly feminine woman, not a feminine look, not because you wear color pink, not because your hair is done, or not because, your hips sit right, all that's not feminine. That's a feminine look. I'm talking about a feminine embodiment, right? So what happens is alpha women think that alpha men are impressed with their degrees, how much money they have, or what they've accomplished, what they drive, where they live. And all those are wonderful things. But those are not the things that lock in or attract an alpha male. Because the thing is, he likes those things about you, and I did a post that went viral and said, please do not address me as a strong, independent Black woman. It's not a compliment. And the reason for saying that was for 2 reasons. To help men stop calling us strong and help women to stop calling themselves strong. So I say, use the word, I'm resilient, I'm interdependent, and I'm self-sufficient. And the thing is, women think that those alpha men want that other piece, but I was like, no, alpha men like more interdependent women. They like to be needed. They like to feel like they're wanted. They want you to have a backbone, because women associate femininity with weakness. And you got to submit. But here's the thing about feminine energy when it's around masculine energy. It flows. Anytime I'm around a masculine man, it's just like, I always say, it's like they're the knight and I'm the princess. So I don't have to try to, let me make myself submit. My energy, that feminine energy, it's connected with its missing piece. And you just be like, what, honey, what you? And you just feel just all ooey gooey. So you don't have to try to submit. So when people start getting into that, it's like, you're not in your feminine energy, because we welcome a masculine man. It's like, we can spot an alpha masculine man, dude, what? And we already know what buttons to push. We know what he likes. We know that coyness. We know he likes that girliness. We know he likes us to ask for his advice. Honey, I need you. We know, all feminine women, we know that. And the thing is, we don't feel less than for doing that, because that's who we are. We're receivers. Even our private areas are made for us to receive. And it's like, okay, we free flowing. And when you're around that, God forbid, okay, this is the April Masonism. God forbid he got some muscles. God forbid he got some muscles. And when he walk in like, I own this. And you be like, yep, that's my man. Stop playing. Y'all don't mess with me, because daddy gonna get you. But that feminine energy allows you to lean back.
Right.
And most women are leaning forward. They don't even know how to go on a date and enjoy the moment without trying to figure out if he'd have won, because they're always, masculine energy is logical, always in the head. Women need to get into the feminine and start feeling. Right. And get into the heart. So
yeah, and I think that's a really important thing, is because, you know, and you sort of hint to it, like masculinity and femininity is not about gender roles. Mm-mm. And people think that it's about gender roles. Gender roles is a whole separate conversation that you got to work out between you and your mate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But like what we're talking about is masculine and feminine energy, what you use to not only attract somebody, but also using that energy to stay in flow and alignment with somebody.